Welcome to Her Power Hour, your weekly morning reset to start your day with gratitude, with peace, with alignment. And before we dive in, I want you to take a deep breath with me because we all need it, right? In through your nose, out through your mouth. Now, I want you to let us know where you're tuning in from because I know we have people from all around the world. And let us know one thing you are grateful for this morning. So it could put a few things if you like, but at least one thing you are grateful for. Drop a line in the chat. Let's fill this chat with gratitude. Let's fill it with energy because there's a saying that today that once what we once prayed for that we are living in those answered prayers. All right? And I it's so interesting like when I think about all of the answered prayers that I'm currently living in and that I experience, I am so blessed because I could think of so many seasons in my life that tested me, that stretched me, and eventually it blessed me. Okay. Can I get an amen? Because I feel so blessed to be just in the land of the living, number one. But just to think about all the things that I've been praying for and that I've prayed for over the years that I'm now currently experiencing. So when I was in college, I had a health crisis in college. And when I think about that, and today, like my health is great. I have energy. I am living my best life. I have gratitude, to just have the health and have the body that I have. When I think about those moments back then to now, I am so grateful. Man, when I first started my business, I was just like, Lord, I just need one client. Okay. Just one. Give me one. And now I am so blessed to be able to work with so many phenomenal people, so many phenomenal women in business, helping them create their rich life and helping them create the business that they want to create. And so when I think about that, I'm like, it's so much to be grateful for. When I think about my purpose. There was a time that I was lost. I didn't know what my purpose was. I was trying to figure it out. And I am so grateful that now I know exactly who I am, whose I am, and what I'm supposed to be doing with my life. When I think about my marriage, there was a time my marriage was crumbling, like on the brink of divorce. And, when I think about I'm just grateful for restoration. I'm just grateful that we're now in a season where we're good. But there have been nights where it's been a lot of praying, and I'm sure on both of our ends, just coming together and coming together as one and really doing life together and figuring it out. And when I think about that, I'm just like, I am just so grateful. When I had my kids, I went through a huge identity crisis. I don't know if some of you moms inside here, you understand, like that moment where everything and all that you have, it's going to your children. You no longer know what you like, who you are, what you want. Like your whole identity is just motherhood. And then you're like, hold on, wait. But I was someone before this phase and this season in my life. Like, who is this person? And not the same person, not the old version of yourself, but who is this evolved person that I'm becoming, right? I don't know if some of you guys experienced that where it felt like you were just going through a dark tunnel and you didn't know who you were or what you wanted to do anymore with your life or what excited you because every ounce of energy was going to your children. Okay. Like who knows it feels it. And so I am so grateful to now have passed that stage and now be in a position where I just my evolved form, the greatest version of myself, and there's always room to evolve, right? But just knowing that, coming through that, like where I am today, I am so grateful. So I want you ladies to think about all of the answered prayers that you are currently living, because I think sometimes we get so caught up in chasing the next level, doing the next thing, that we forget that there was a point in our life that we were on our knees, that we were praying, that we were crying for something, for some change, for some transformation. So I'm I want you to think about what that is for you. What's your answer prayers? And I'm so excited because it's the evidence that God hears us, right? That God exists, that he hears us, like we are in some of our greatest miracles and we are currently living inside of it. And so I want you to take a moment and I want you to reflect on that. I know some of you you're driving to work, but later on I want you to take some time and I want you to sit down with yourself. I want you to take out your journal and I want you to think about all of the things that you prayed for. And I'm not talking about just the money in your bank account and all the stuff you want, but I want you to think about the strength you prayed for in your hard season. I want you to think about the relationships that were restored. I want you to think about the peace that you wake up with every single morning. I want you to think about the opportunities that used to feel out of reach and now you feel like you could just touch and grab it, okay? Or you feel like it's just a little bit closer today. And so I want you to think about those things. I want you to truly let gratitude fill you. And I want you to realize that, hey, I am living in some of these answered prayers. And so we want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. Let us know in the comments what are some of those prayers that you are currently living in right now that were answered for you. And it doesn't have to be big. Sometimes the biggest blessings are some of the quietest ones, right? That ain't nobody knows about. Sometimes it's peace, it's healing, it's clarity, it's joy. It's these quiet things and these quiet moments, but they are some of the greatest blessings in our lives. I'm big on visualization. I'm big on affirmations. Like every single morning, I sit down and I visualize what my day is going to look like, what my life is going to look like over the next month. I'm sitting down and I'm taking time to visualize that. And it's so important because it's like when you know what you want out of your life and you could genuinely see it like in your mind before you manifest it in the physical form, in the physical sense, it is such a process that gives you so much gratitude because you also start to think about all of the places that you have been in and where you came from. And so if you're not driving, I invite you close your eyes just for a second and picture the version of yourself from 5 years ago, if you are not driving, the one who was praying for what you have now. And I know some of you, you think 5 years back and you're like, "Man, this is where I was 5 years ago." But I want you to truly see her, looking at you right now today at your 5-year old, not 5-year old, but 5-year back a version of yourself and just smile at her and say, "Listen, we made it. We are here. We are living the prayers that were answered. We are living the prayers that we prayed, like God truly heard us. Like we are in this moment." And so I know 5 years back for some of you and when you think about 5 years, that was 2020 and a lot of people went through a lot of things during that time and that season, and that might have been you as well. Maybe, you lost your job. Maybe you didn't know where the next meal was gonna come from. Maybe you were going through a transition. Maybe your business crumbled. Like, it's so many things I could think about from 2020 that I am like, I am so grateful that we are here in 2025 and just thinking about that and just look at her 5 years ago and say, "Girl, we made it. We are out of that storm. We are living our prayers today, okay?" And I want you to say this part loud with me. I live in the evidence of my answered prayers. I want you to say that this morning and to say it with meaning and say it with feeling and say it with gratitude. I live in the evidence of my answered prayers. I live in the evidence of my answered prayers. I live in the evidence of my answered prayers because the evidence is all around you. For some of us, we're blinded by it because we are so consumed with all of the other things that's happening in our life, all of the current challenges that we are experiencing. But I want to tell you this morning that, hey, there are some past challenges that you are experiencing that today you are not experiencing them. And that alone is something to be grateful for. And that means that you are living in the evidence of your answered prayers. And even when you don't have everything that you want, I'm surrounded by proof that I'm already blessed. I am surrounded by proof that I am already blessed. Okay. So this week, I want you to write a list of your old prayers, new realities. Like write down 3 things in your life that used to be dreams, that used to be prayers. And I want you to keep this list somewhere. Put it on your mirror, take it to work with you, like put it somewhere that you could see it as a reminder of all the things you have in your life to be grateful for, because you never want to forget from whence you came, because you want to always remember, because it fills you and it gives you that clarity of, listen, I already have so much to be grateful for. So I want you to write that list, and I want you to focus on it, because the woman that is filled with gratitude and the woman that experiences gratitude through her life daily is the woman that attracts more things to be grateful for. That's how it works, ladies. Like the more you are grateful, the more you feel those feelings of gratitude, the more you feel those feelings of blessings, you will have more reasons to feel blessed. You will have more reasons to be grateful. You cannot live in an environment of gratitude. You cannot be in a state of gratitude and not attract all of the wonderful and beautiful things that are in store for your life. Okay, so I want to encourage you in those moments where you are feeling lack, where you are feeling like these opportunities are too far away for me, when you are feeling like I'm just not where I want to be in this life, I want to encourage you, like, switch that thought really quickly. Because the more you think about the lack, the more you think about not having abundance, the more you think about where you're not, the more of that you're going to attract to your life. The more you think about and I don't know who said it. It might have been Rumi that says, "What you are searching for is also searching for you, or what you are seeking is also seeking you." I'm paraphrasing right now because I can't remember the exact wording, but what you are searching for and what you are seeking is also seeking you. So if you are in gratitude and if you are seeking more things to be grateful for, they will find you and you will have more gratitude in your life because of all of the amazing things that are going to happen in your life. All right. So write those down, and this is my gratitude prayer. Take a deep breath and just say, I am grateful in this season. The woman that I am becoming is a grateful woman. The woman that I am evolving into is a grateful woman. I have everything in my life that I need, and everything that I want is on its way. All right. And sometimes in this life, ladies, we want things, but I'm telling you, sometimes the things that we want are not for us. Sometimes those things that we want will do us more harm than do us more good. So don't only be grateful for when you get what you want, but be grateful for the things that you don't get that you want. Be grateful that I could think of so many things. Oh my goodness. When I think about, there was a business idea that I had a few years back. And I am so grateful I did not move forward with that business. And I mean, I was ready, I was gun ho. And I'm grateful because when I think about the purpose and the plan for my life that God has for my life, it is not in alignment. And it's not that it was a bad business, it was a great business, but the thing is, it was not in alignment with where I was going. It was not in alignment with the impact I needed to make. I would not make nearly the amount of impact that I make today if I had done that. Okay. So sometimes you have to be grateful for the things you don't even get. Okay. And sometimes in that moment, you can't see it because of course you're like, oh, I wanted this thing so badly, right? I wanted this thing so badly. But when you look back, a year, 5 years, a few months down the line, that's when you're like, "Man, I am so grateful that did not happen." because I would not be the person I am today. I would have not went through the evolution that I needed to go through today. I would have not been able to do all of the amazing things that I do today. I would not have been able to leave the impact that I make today. So just be mindful of that. So this is my prayer mantra. Thank you for the blessings, seen and unseen. Thank you for the strength in every season. Thank you for the peace that anchors me and the purpose that guides me. Thank you for allowing me to become the woman I once prayed to be. And I will say it again and take this prayer with you, prayer, mantra, whatever you want to call it. Thank you for the blessings, seen and unseen. Thank you for the strength in every season. Thank you for the peace that anchors me and the purpose that guides me. Thank you for allowing me to become the woman I once prayed to be. Like, when I think about it, I am so grateful. And I hope you ladies are feeling grateful this morning because I hope y'all could feel my energy. I hope you could feel it through your screen of how grateful I am. But also, I hope that encourages you to also start to fill yourself with gratitude as well. And to think about all the things that you are grateful for today because you have lots to be grateful for. So in this season, I want you in this session, I just want you to be filled. I want you to feel it. I want you to see it. And I want you to share. I want you to share these sessions with your friends, your family members, anyone that you feel could get value. When they come here on a Thursday morning, they are better off. They leave better off than they came in. Okay. That is our goal here, to always impart wisdom, to always impart knowledge, and to start our mornings powerfully. Because when you start with power, I mean, your day is just going to be a powerful day. All right. So tag a friend, let them know. I saw Moana invited so many women this morning. Thank you, Moana. I am so grateful for you and just inviting your ladies to be a part of this. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you, everyone that is always inviting. Delicia. I mean, if I left out any names, there's a lot. So I can't go through all, but thank you so much for inviting these ladies. And ladies, we are so grateful and so thankful to have you here as well. And thank you, ladies, for showing up for yourself every single morning because it is something about being surrounded by women that are in gratitude, that women that are thriving, women that are evolving, women that are just walking the path, not just talking, but walking the walk. That these are the type of women that you want to be surrounded by. And so you guys are in great company. Just wanted to let you know. And if you wanna go deeper, ladies, we have Her HQ, right? Her HQ is the paid version of our membership where we go deeper, more into business building, more into wealth building. So we take life and everything totally, like everything together, right? So on these Thursday morning calls, we talk mostly about, personal development and all of that stuff. But if you're building a business, if you're building a brand, if you're building your wealth, if you're just a woman building, if you're building yourself, okay, you are just in that process of evolving and truly coming into your own, then let us help you do that in Her HQ. We have coaching in there, we have monthly workbooks, all of that stuff. So you don't just come and you don't just sit down and you listen like we do here. You do the work because we have strategy sessions, okay? We are not just in there twiddling our thumbs. We are in there putting in the work, laying the foundation and making sure that you have a strong foundation to set your business, your purpose, and all of that on your brand. Okay, so join us definitely. I will link it in the description. Now, these power hours are going to be on our on the Rich Auntie podcast. So moving forward in the future, you'll be able to go on there and re-listen as well. And so just wanted to let you know. And in December, we have an event coming up. It's still under wraps because we're still in the planning process, but I will be releasing all of that information soon. If you are not a part of our mailing list, definitely become a part of it because I'm sending out emails and everything and just keeping everyone up to date. So I do it in the Facebook group as well, but I send out a lot more emails. So definitely get on our mailing list. I will also link that as well. I also have a special gift when you become a part of our mailing list that helps you map out your vision of healed, evolved, rich. That's what HER stands for. So it takes you on that journey of healing, evolution, and of course, living your rich life. So you also get that when you subscribe to our email list as well. So thank you, ladies, so much for your time this morning. I hope that this is just a reminder that you are living in answered prayers and you have so much to be grateful for. I will see you next Thursday where we continue to walk in gratitude. We continue to be grounded, to walk in purpose, to be in alignment. And until next time, stay grateful, stay grounded, and remember your rich life begins with powerful mornings. So thank you so much. Y'all have a wonderful day and God bless.